Hi guys, happy Wednesday. I've been awake for a really long time, so I've had to depend on lots and lots of tea to get me through the day, but it's almost over. I just have to, finish filming and editing and uploading before I can go to bed. But this week's prompt is weird titles, and I had the hardest time trying to think of something, and then I saw Thomas's video about alphabet soup, or I mean, that's what he called it. He called it alphabet soup. And so I was inspired because it made me think of Maggi noodles, which are basically the Indian version of ramen noodles, and they're so much better than ramen, but that's besides the point. And anyway, I was just thinking about like different childhood things, and I remembered something that happened a long time ago, and so this story came about. It's called Feeding Go-Gurt to the Goldfish. Fish do not make exciting pets. Sure, some are pretty to look at, and once in a while might do something interesting, but your average goldfish or guppy can only provide so much entertainment. Add in a couple of 5-year-olds with bad ideas, but good intentions, however, and now you've got a recipe for some fun. Or disaster. This particular incident actually occurred a decade ago, but it's one that my little sister and cousin have yet to live down. One day, my sister and I were spending the night at our cousin's house. They had gotten a fish tank and some fish a couple months ago, but the novelty hadn't worn off yet, at least not for the two little ones. The tank itself wasn't anything fancy, just a medium-sized tank big enough to comfortably house a few goldfish and some guppies, plus a fake plant or two and a decorative treasure chest. Neon pink and blue pebbles lined the floor of the tank. Since my younger cousin and my sister were only 5, it was the older one's responsibility to feed the fish, which she did dutifully every morning and night. That night, however, when we went to feed the fish, we found that our younger siblings had already taken care of that for us, albeit not exactly in the way we would have hoped. We walked downstairs and into the living room where the fish tank was, and stopped short at the sight before us. For a few seconds, all we could do was stare in slack-jawed silence at the two of them, beaming with pride. What did you do?" my cousin finally asked her younger sister. "We fed the fish for you," she said. "But why did you put Go-Gurt in the fish tank?" "Because Fishy looked hungry, and the fish food smells bad. I don't think he actually likes it." "Oh, okay." Clearly, my cousin was still in shock, or else she'd have been much, much angrier with her sister. Meanwhile, I was staring at the tank and had noticed something else. "Hey, Alina, why is there a Barbie in the fish tank?" "Fishy looked lonely," my sister said, "so we thought he could use a friend." "But there are other fish in the tank." "Yeah, but they don't like each other." Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the mind of a 5-year-old. It was at that point that my cousin and I came to our senses and realized that strawberry Go-Gurt probably wasn't very good for the fish. Luckily, with the help of my uncle, we managed to catch the fish, clean the tank, and place them back in their now Go-Gurt and Barbie-free home again before any of them went belly up. But believe me when I say that my uncle wasn't very happy with us, and after that, the little ones were banned from being anywhere near the fish tank until they learned their lesson. And they did, eventually, but the incident still comes up from time to time, and my aunt stopped buying Go-Gurt after that. There's not really a point to this story, except for maybe to say that the shenanigans of small children can somehow make you want to laugh and pull your hair out at the same time. So yeah, that's about it. It's a mostly true story. Obviously, it happened like 10 years ago, so the specifics of the conversation might have been a little bit different, but for the most part, that's actually what happened. So John, I will see you tomorrow, and I will see the rest of you guys next week.